I like the police. Peace.
Does she at least have an assistant called Tim?
She has an
It's
apprentice
not called Tim, though. It's
Called Tim?
Sandal. Is he called Sandal?
Sandal.
Sandal.
Yeah, and his brother Sandal. Tim and Sandal.
Not Tim and Sandal.
Anyway, skipping into the shop.
Yeah. Briar is not going in that shop, nor is going in any shop you can see.
Oh.
And there's a reason. She's not going to say just yet unless someone asks her.
Alyssa,
Yeah, right.
By any chance is she banned from every shop in Silverymoon?
Not Silverymoon.
The entire kingdom?
Alyssa, as you enter, is a very old, very fat half-elf female.
What do you want?
Who looks up and squints at you.
Alyssa.
Who is it?
Lunar.
Please, I just want her to say, for fuck's sake, not you.
It's a very good relationship. I come to her every time I get new jewelry crafted. I'm so glad to see you. You're the only one I've missed since I left.
Oh, you. Excellent.
Well, so it tells me you've got no friends. What was worse?
Your jewelry has been doing absolute wonders. I knew I could count on you. We came back because we're having a slight problem with a friend who might die.
That is issue. Yes, I can see where that would cause a problem.
I've been told that
I assume you don't want her to. I know that.
No, we don't.
I know that down the street, the arsenal and the blacksmith has some fabulous things for aiding people dying.
No, we visited him already.
Ah, excellent.
Live.
Then you're well set. Good night.
I've actually made a group of friends.
Oh,
See,
fabulous.
I told you I could do it.
I knew it would happen one day. I always told you.
Wow.
One day you'd do it.
I'm not even her friend. I don't know what you're talking about.
One day you'd manage.
One day some people
No.
would at least tolerate you.
Oh, now don't get
Some
that
people, not
started.
all of the people. Some people.
Yeah, some people. Isn't that me?
We all turn to Kaylin, who's seething.
You just see her just sniveling, like,
Still,
or just grumpy.
one person out of
Now, why is
four,
she
that's
so
a passing
upset?
grade.
I just put my middle finger up, like, fuck you.
Been on the most wonderful adventure, but unfortunately the little girl is quite sick with a terrible curse. But we were told by the grandfather tree that if you were to give her a ring of protection, it should slow the curse long enough for another group of adventurers to get rid of it.
Well,
Yeah, that group of
fabulous.
in a...
I do have a ring of protection.
So,
We can count on you.
3,600 gold.
Ooh, crap.
But
Absolutely. Here you go, dear. Oh, speaking of, did you manage to finish the last commission I sent to you before I left?
of course.
Wonderful. I'll take that as well.
Excellent. Your father's gold is always welcome here.
Wow.
Oh,
Not
and-
your gold, only your father.
Well, I mean, her gold would be welcome here, but she has none of her own. She always spends her father's with me.
Oh, so sugar.
never forget, I don't mind if you add yourself a little tip to Daddy's tab.
Of course.
Yes.
Excellent. Briar, why don't you...
I just keep this muttering from Kaylin. It's like,
I'm just like casually just campaigning, and I'm just like,
I just imagine her hanging back like 30 foot behind us, just going, fucking, I can show off.
Kaylin never really done much of that anyway.
Briar,
Yeah,
why
well.
don't you come in so we can get you sized for the
I'm
room,
not
dear?
coming in.
Don't wanna.
Because
Staying out with me.
yeah, because when I was in Xanthos Keep, I can't remember one merchant who didn't either throw something at me or beat me. I'm not going in there.
He is not going to do that to you. She likes me.
More importantly, if she does, I'll tear her face off as a dead.
More importantly, if she does, I will see how good my new weapon is at causing people to die.
Oh, enough.
Briar grabs onto Talon's arm as she walks
Oh,
in.
big brother Talon. Come on, kiddo. Come on, kiddo.
I follow behind.
Oh, Briar.
I'm just outside, just.
Would you feel...
Yeah, shut off.
For a second, I'm trying to talk. Briar, would you feel more comfortable if she came out to see you? So you don't actually have to come into the room?
I'll come in.
It's Hoggle.
She measures
right.
your finger.
I didn't throw something.
No! You have been destroyed.
Well, the ring will need to be resized.
Like,
It might take a few days.
we can
Yes.
stay for a couple of days.
Let's do that.
Sounds like a plan to me.
As long as there's food, I don't mind.
Well, I mean, you won't be
No,
staying
I have-
here, my dear.
He's staying with me at the little house.
Little.
The what?
Cue the massive castle.
Me and my parents haven't always gotten along, so once I got to reasonable age,
They
got
kicked
me
you
my-
out.
No, I asked them for my own residence, just so that I wasn't underfoot. And bought me a
But you
nice
still take the dirty money.
pleasant and bought me the nicest little manor right on the hill. Compared to, it's nothing compared to the family home, but it's cozy enough, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You'll have your pick of about 40 rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh yes, the little house.
Let's go then.
I'd rather sleep outside.
We can eat in the grand hall. There's a beautiful wall covered in the most elegant tapestries.
I don't care. You better uphold your promise of getting me shoes then.
Shoes and the finest clothing. Anything you like, I
Wait,
can arrange
I
for
don't
you.
need fine clothing. I just need clothing I can walk in. I don't want to dress.
Well, that's what I mean. Sturdier clothing, fine as in quality, not fine as in gowns.
Good. Because
Something made of a good, strong fabric would be much better for climbing trees.
good, because gowns are too girly.
Yeah.
Gowns are girly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Well, how are you supposed to walk in them? They're too long.
I wouldn't.
I
No. Anyone.
I will have you know, I have had absolutely no issues in my own gown. I'm sure you've noticed.
Well,
Every time
we're old, so
Every time my mum made me wear a gown, right, I always get it ruined.
Wearing an
Yes.
elegant black, dark blue, and silver gown that's full length.
yeah, but you're old, so you don't count.
Kind of just literally just like burst into laughing big time.
True, I have learned to walk in gowns a lot. I've been doing it a lot longer than you've been alive, so it is a bit easier for me. But my point is, I can make sure that you get some of the best climbing clothing I can get.
Well, that works for me.
And some good, sturdy boots to support your feet, because you're still growing.
Maddie says she's
Well, not for long.
Maddie is
apparently.
demanding fan art of Briar sulking as Lunar gets a dress tailored for her.
Gonna do.
God, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to do the fuck meme as well, because it just needs to be done.
So does anybody have any other shopping
Okay.
they wish to do at the night market, or are you heading back up to the small house?
Would like
Can I,
try and find the component.
Okay.
Is there a place I could get more arrows?
Yes.
Go back
Can
to
I
the
look
taxi.
around to see if my ex-husband's about?
He isn't.
Can I go smoking?
He isn't
Not
around.
at the moment.
Good, cool. Not at the moment. He's
Go back to
well,
the taxi.
he's not exactly
Give me
my
7 hours
ex.
of vengeance.
He's still a husband for what I'm knowing. I don't think I've given him a divorce.
Lunar's gonna make her way to the tailor so that she can arrange for them to come and measure new clothes and
Can
shoes.
you not?
The most fancy ball gown you've ever seen in your life.
Not a ball gown, proper adventurer's clothing.
I need to find a component for a spell. It's a spell I don't have yet, but I'm preparing for
Okay.
it. So
So what is it that
I need either a crystal ball or a silver mirror, worth about 1,000 gold.
okay. You wander the night market. Make me a perception check.
Perception.
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 As he
I-
walks away, Lunar calls, "Just put it on the tab of Silverymoon. They'll know who you're talking about."
Okay.
And the moment she mentions Silverymoon, you get a big mob with torches and pitchforks coming up.
Wait, it's more like the moment she mentions Silverymoon, all of the merchants are suddenly pulling out all of their best merchandise and shoving it under your nose.
No, they're all suddenly boarding up their shops. No.
No, they'd want to sell their most expensive stuff to get the money.
So anyway, I am looking for a thingy. I look for a thingy.
You wander for about half an hour or so, and eventually you see the perfect crystal ball, flawless exterior, with the price label of about 1,000 gold pieces.
I approach the merchant.
Hello.
Hello.
Stop.
Hello, sir. What is your name, or madam,
My good friend.
or they? I don't wish to assume anything. That's right. Find me a name, John. Find me a name.
Bryn Burkesque, human female.
Bryn Burkesque. I'm interested in that crystal ball.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
It's
I've been told to charge to the tab of Silverymoon.
You're a friend of hers? I'm assuming.
I'm a friend of Lunar Silverymoon. Yes,
Her.
Friend is a strong word, but
best buddy in the whole world. I mean, like that. I'm crossing my fingers. Like that.
I suppose.
Resmerit.
I suppose somebody has to be.
Some of this person actually hates her.
Fine. Here you go.
This whole place hates her.
Thank you very much. I take my crystal ball, and I peruse the rest of the market. There's nothing I'm really after, but I'm just going to peruse it, see if there's anything snazzy.
While you're walking with
Sounds
that perception check, you do spot several people whispering as you go.
What a fucking midget.
Look at that midget. What's he got that weird star for? bet he never uses it.
Bet he always forgets what it does.
I bet he keeps forgetting you can pass without a trace without having to do anything.
You also spot a little bookstall selling not magic books, but sort of your standard fiction bookstall.
Oh, really?
I'm
going to have I shall rummage. I shall find.
And you find
a suitable bedtime story for Briar.
you find it has a number of it has some books for adults and sort of the standard fantasy fiction series.
Oh, look! It's Rings of the Lord!
Rings of the Lord!
And look, it's the Watcher!
There's the well-known adventure
Ooh, it's
series
to
about
annihilation.
Dritzt du Erden. You know, that
Ooh.
drow adventurer.
Yeah, that drow guy. Yeah, it's getting weird.
Oh, it's 50 Shades of Romance.
What was he like with his sword? What was it like Fred and Nancy or something? I don't know.
There's the
Oh my God,
you see another set of books about the Tarrying Darrington and his famous exploits.
Hey, look, it's 50 Shades. No one got my joke.
I'm sorry.
It's 50 Shades of Romance.
Everyone heard it.
No one's laughing.
It's because you're 30 foot away having a tantrum.
No, I'm just saying it in general. Like 50 Shades of Romance, guys. The main cast is Romad and a certain elf.
You're shipping again.
You're shipping is shown.
No.
You're ship.
Oh, shit.
There's of course the standard Jim Dark Magic books that
Ooh, product
are
placement.
still here.
Magic.
Product placement.
Yeah.
And you also, like,
Magic.
as you shuffle
Dark
through,
magic.
you do find a series that started to come up more recently, a series for younger children teaching them how to
Unfortunate
read,
events.
written by a barbarian.
Anna, who is this barbarian?
A is for annihilation.
Hey,
And you pick up-
annihilation.
You pick up the book.
Hmm?
See Grog Run.
See Grog run.
Oh my god, that's awesome! I just caught a shiny Shuppet.
I think Lunar's playing Pokemon Go.
Pokemon apparently exists in Silverymoon.
Yes.
I am going to pick up. I'm going to purchase Run Grog. What was it?
See Grog
Run.
See Grog run. I shall pick that up.
What's Grog again? That's the
That's
Grog.
5 silver pieces.
5 silver pieces.
And this is the
I'm
song of Grog is.
one, and I shall put in there an item. See Grog.
Oh my god, sorry. I've just seen what Maddie said. I'm imagining Themfric being so happy to have the crystal ball that he does a touchdown move and hooks it at the ground.
Yes! Oh. Do you have another?
Do you have another one? See Grog Run book. There we go.
Cool.
And there was that, and there was just like a bunch of.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other fiction books based. Obviously, a lot of the books are based on the exploits of real people, but sort of a fictionalized version of their adventures.
Fictionalized version of those exploits. So there's no copies of Tusk Love or anything like that.
Make me a perception check.
Oh. I'm gonna buy the shit out of it, and then I'm gonna put it in someone's bag.
No, I'm afraid with that. There's you search.
Yeah.
The name comes to your mind. I have to look up. I need to find this book, but it's sadly not there.
No.
Never mind.
But you do have See Grog Run.
Either way, I've got See Grog Run. I return to the group.
Right, I need to buy arrows because I keep losing them.
You should be harvesting them from your enemies.
No, I have, but I'm realizing as I'm battling that I keep running out of them very quickly, so I need to buy more. Just in
You
case.
need a bigger quiver. That's what you need.
I suppose. Well, I'll see what I can find. I said I'll see
I'm
what
working on
I
it.
can find.
Oh, no.
Bear with me.
God damn it! This is the best session yet.
Shopping montage.
You wander the market and you find the Fletcher,
Fletcher.
the guy who makes arrows.
That's who makes arrows.
Oh, she looks a bit reluctant to approach.
Do you like me to get them for you?
Yes, please. I'm scared he's gonna throw something at me.
I am scared.
I'm scared, Will.
Exactly do you need?
4 million.
Like 20? That's all?
Just a moment. Lunar approaches.
Hello!
Facebook?
This guy better have the twirliest fucking
Oh,
moustache.
Only the twirliest.
Thank fuck.
Swirly mustache. I need to pick up some arrows, if you please.
Excellent, excellent. You've come to the right place.
I thought so. I need 25 of the best arrows you have, and you can put it on the tab of Silverymoon.
20 arrows, that's 1 gold piece. So,
So I had to say
25 arrows, that will set you back 1 gold piece and 2 silver pieces.
I might actually have that on me. Then, I leave and give her her arrows.
Thank you.
If you see anything else you like, just let me know and I'll get it for you.
Thanks, old lady.
I'm just imagining every time she says "old lady," there's a twitch in Lunar's eye.
You're allowed to call me Lunar, you know.
I know, but like sometimes you've been away from the group for like 2 days. I kind of sometimes forget your name.
Old lady.
Does anyone else have anything else they wish to purchase in town?
I believe.
No.
No, I think I'm good.
No.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
No.
Let's go.
You head up.
You just hear Kaylin just scream. Like, no. Cassie just wanting tickets. No. I wouldn't be surprised if Luna was basically like, would you like me to get you anything? No.
Let's go, Kaylin.
Fine.
You wander up to the small house, as Luna puts it, and it is a huge mansion.
Oh yes. Stenswick looks up and he goes, "Oh yes, it's tiny. However, do you manage?"
Small house,
I mean, that's
fucking
coming
house.
from the midget.
The midget who's lived as a hermit in the forest most of his life.
Oh, same. We relate so much.
High five.
It's really quite reliable, so I don't need to do much for myself.
Yeah, you got so much service.
Wait.
I'm so sorry. I'm just like really salty right now.
Wait, do you have beds in there?
Yeah, probably the fanciest one.
Very different types of beds, from nice soft ones to good firm ones, because everyone has different preferences.
You see Briar's eyes
those
just
to be com-
light up in excitement.
Well, I bet you have bunk beds too.
I just get this horrible feeling that Briar's going to jump on every bed in this house.
If she wants to, that's completely up to her.
Yeah, she pretty well.
More than welcome to jump on any bed she likes.
Well, I more just want to sleep in one. Well, as far as I can remember, I've never slept
I
in
would
one.
like to point out that the message that just popped up on the screen just before you said that is from Maddie in block capitals. If Briar says she's never had a bed, I'm going to cry. Literally as you started the sentence.
Okay, remember that, right, out of character, remember that Briar has lost her memory, so the 12 years prior, she might have, but she can't remember.
Spoilers, she maybe didn't. She grew up on the streets.
Yeah.
Like an urchin.
Exactly like an urchin, because she was an urchin.
Before we worry about all of that, why don't we get some food?
That sounds like a plan, because we've been on nothing but fucking, like, travel rations the entire time.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
claps and several staff
Maddie is heading
members
off to get
approach.
more tissues.
I'm sorry.
All of the staff in the house are wearing neat dark blue uniforms. The men have dark blue suits with a white shirt and a Silverymoon pin holding the cravat in place, whereas the ladies are wearing dark blue with lace-trimmed aprons with a Silverymoon embroidered just above the breast.
Briar now feels very self-conscious about her appearance.
Someone to
Helen's
guide,
just
someone
still mumbling.
rooms for my guests according to their bed preference. Someone please get started on our dinner. We will need quite a lot as we've had a long journey and are quite hungry.
Excellent,
And then the rest of
milady.
you, please.
Excellent, milady.
They sound so done with life.
Will you be
These guys are
staying
the-
long?
For a couple of days. Because of this, I will need one of you to go and inform my father so that he can be greeted properly.
And that he can pay for all the shit I've just.
Of course, my lady. You heard
Once you've
her.
done that,
Get to work.
once you've done that, you're all free to go to bed or go home as needed.
Are you sure this guy isn't going to just go into a fucking cupboard and kill himself? He's like dumb.
No, they're all quite well treated and well paid. I think he's just tired as it is quite late.
He just sounds like, oh, if only I could just die.
One of these
Just give me
days.
it.
And
One of
people rush off very quickly to deal with everything you've requested.
nice.
I require one of the largest beds you have that isn't your mistress's.
One of the workers of the house will come up to each of you and inquire about your bed preferences.
I
I don't
refuse to
have
say
one, I've never
anything.
I don't have one. I've never slept in one.
To get her something comfortable. She's used to sleeping on harder surfaces, so see if you can find a mattress that's a moderate softness.
Excellent.
The stiffness for familiarity.
The young woman in charge of finding your place, Briar, takes your hand and leads you through a couple of different options.
She literally just walks you into a room, picks you up, throws you on the bed. That good enough? No. Next room, picks up, throws on bed.
Before the maid leads Briar off, Lunar approaches. Once you've found a suitable bed, please see to it that she gets a good bath and make sure to clean any wounds she may have.
Clean behind her ears.
Do I have to?
Yes, we want to
Yeah.
make sure that you don't get any infections or get sick.
You're getting a scrubbing.
I mean, I'm sick enough as it is.
Exactly.
And
We don't need you getting any worse.
all of your clothes could be do with washing. I'm assuming you've been traveling for quite some time.
Yes, we have. Please arrange for all the clothes to be laundered. The tailor will be coming tomorrow morning to arrange for clothing for my compatriots.
Excellent.
All of us.
Wait, what?
And unfair if I only bought Briar new clothes. I thought you guys could ask for anything you like as well.
Ooh.
I don't need your clothes.
Oh dear.
So fucking.
She's
And with
so
that,
sweet.
Kaylin's already walked out. I don't need this.
Oh!
He just goes.
Is anyone gonna go check on her?
I'll go and check on it. I'll go out. I'll go out.
That's
as
for
well.
me to go. Be right back, because I need.
So much salt.
Be right back, guys.
Briar,
I've sent some of my staff to follow them just to make sure that they're safe.
you are led through about 5 different.
Do they do
I choose the fourth one, which is very comfy.
Late that night, some bears walk in.
Fenthwick, go away!
I was sleeping in my bed.
No, there's only three bears on, and she chose.
It was a very big bed.
You are led into the room and left into the bedroom, and then
It is fucking huge.
about 10 minutes after you're left alone in there, the attendant who was attending to you comes back in again and leads you to another room in the house, and this is a porcelain tiled room with a large white bath in the middle of it.
What's that?
It is a bath, milady.
Oh, that's a bath!
Yes.
Okay, because I'm used to washing in a lake. I've never seen one before.
This one is indoors.
Quickly checks the chat.
Is there any crying going on in the chat? No, we good or?
Not yet.
I'm bracing myself.
Maddie has reported that she's come back with more tissues. This time it's a full box.
Oh dear. Maddie, get the big box out. I think you're gonna need it.
That's all right. When everybody's led,
And now she swears to fucking God.
Yes, she does.
Briar doesn't make her cry. What happens when they're to the dining room probably will.
Oh no.
The attendant informs you that this is like a lake, but inside and heated.
Warm.
Oh, okay.
I can assist you if you need.
If you don't mind.
The attendant aids you in
Assist.
bathing.
Aw, she's so kind.
And will carry, as you're nice and warm in a big fluffy towel, will take the pile of clothes, neatly folded pile, out of the room.
Nice.
That's right. Get to it.
Briar's just in heaven right now.
Maybe later.
You evil bitch!
Fenthwick.
Yes.
What is Fenthwick up to?
Have I been led to a room? I don't know.
You've requested to be led to a room with the biggest bed besides Lunar's, and so you have been led into that room.
Is it like? Is it to me fucking enormous?
It is enormous. It has the biggest bed you've ever seen.
Oh my God! I'm going to running jump onto it and start bouncing on the bed.
The attendant is
father, like
stood in the door,
child.
looking up and down at you as you bounce up and down. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
I'm still jumping.
The lady of the house has requested we bathe you and prepare you clothing.
Well then, I jump down. Well, I believe that sounds fantastic.
I returned.
So, yeah, if yeah, I'll gladly. Yes, that sounds.
You are led into a similarly tiled room.
Oh yeah.
Where another fabulous warm bath has been prepared.
I take a bath, which is a glorious long bath.
Should be noted. Floor of the house is clean white, decorated with dark blues, silvers. There's a lot of moon themes. There's a lot of blue gems set into the furniture, but they're very beautiful.
So while I
It's very rich dark blue.
Yeah.
Are all kitted out with fine oils and lotions and soaps of the most exotic scents you've ever known.
Moisturize me!
Moisturize me.
Yeah.
Moisturize me. So while I'm relaxing in the bath, I'm going to be looking around going, there's a lot of blue in this house. So much blue.
Yes, it was decorated to the mistress's exact desires.
She does like blue.
And silver and the moon.
And silver and moons and gems.
Blue and
And blue and moons and gems and silver and blue.
And the attendant...
It's a theme.
Your attendant will lay down a robe that is a deep blue, like bath robe, with a moon embroidered on it, and take the folded pile of your travelling clothes to be washed.
Well, I get out eventually. I put on my robe. I try to make my hair behave.
It does for about 30 seconds.
But it just doesn't. It's a worthless try, but it never works. So
After each person's bath, when they leave the room, they'll find a pile of clothing sitting on the bed. It is clean. It has clearly never been worn. Sort of plain colors, browns and greens and grays. Not her habitual dark blue, but something that she obviously carries for anyone who just needs clothes.
Nice.
including gnome size?
Gnome size. She carries every size.
It might be that
Fair enough.
it's children's clothing that just happens to fit.
No, she'd have proper gnome's clothing, and she'd have clothing for giants. She keeps a bit of everything.
You don't want to see the giant wardrobe.
I put it on. Put on the clothes.
Meanwhile, Kalen storms out of the house.
Yeah.
Talon follows, and some attendants follow Talon.
Yeah.
I just get back to the ship. That's where I'm going to be sitting tonight.
Storming away.
Talon doesn't like the idea of being followed, so Talon is going to try and hide from the attendants.
Make a stealth check.
You ready for this?
Yes. Fuck me, you've got 13 on stealth. What the fuck?
He's a rogue. That's what he does.
I know, but still.
Just remember that if I had remembered my staff ability and was with him, that would be 39.
You round the corner at the end of Lunar's driveway, and suddenly appear in someone else's RPG game. If you could go and find another GM and play in their game for a while. When you stealth out of their game, you can come back here.
You turn the corner and you're on the astral plane. I don't know.
You're not sure how you got here.
I turn the corner. I'm on a big rotating space station type thing. How'd I get here?
I know that reference.
Captain Janeway turns around. How did you get on my ship?
No, actually,
You just see like a cyborg, a human, a Ukrainian, a Chronogian, and a slightly tiny, like bat-like creature. And they're all just staring at him.
The fuck is he?
Who the hell's that guy?
Where's the handsome bounty hunter with a long-range sniper rifle who manages to hit multiple...
you hear somehow from across the galaxy, I have grenades!
And Talon are making their way to the ship.
Scar says, told you the crossover would happen.
Next time Space Odysseus.
Next time on Space Odysseus with the B team, Talon shows up. No, that's what happens if he critically successes a stealth check.
Talon actually appears out of Dorian Malik's bed.
Let's just continue.
You stealthily make your way back to the ship,
trying.
completely unobserved by the guards
And the
and
attendants
just
don't know where I
anybody
am.
in general. Nobody notices you on the
I
way.
just really fly.
Even
I just fly really fast to the ship. They can't catch up with me.
Way to the ship, they notice a grand white carriage led by 4 amazing white horses. Manner that they've left. As the carriage passes, if they look back, they'll notice that the attendants have immediately stopped and both bowed deeply to the carriage as it drives by.
It tells me that's your parents. I looked down and see the carriage and I just decided to go back. I decided to continue to the ship again.
Talon, are you going to stop her from getting to the ship, or are you going to...
Oh, I'm fine with her going to the ship. I'm
I'm not going to fly off.
I know you're not going to fly off.
In there.
No.
That's my bedroom for the night, guys. I'm sorry.
How expensive looking is the carriage? Does it look like it is? It obviously looks like it's got expensive.
You're gonna
things in it.
steal the wheels.
It is. It's a very fun. It's obviously the carriage that belongs to Lunar's family. It's got white plumes of fine feathers, and it's got gold filigree across it. And the men that are driving it are dressed in full livery. It's just very elegant.
Can I hang on to the back of it?
Yes.
But once you go back, though.
There's a man already on the back.
You can hang from underneath it.
I'll hang from underneath it.
Full-blown axe murderer style.
It's right back to the little house, so...
Do you want to make me another quick stealth check there, Talon?
Thanks, walking.
Slightly
I would
less.
laugh so hard.
Well, a crit fail is pretty much the only way I can.
Crit fail
these
is
things at the
basically
moment.
the only way most normal people will spot you. No, you hide underneath the carriage, and it does indeed head back to the little house, and a man gets out in a...
Can I listen to what's being said inside the carriage? Because I imagine is there some sort of is there anything happening inside the carriage that I could listen to?
No, there's just...
In the carriage itself, no. When it gets to the small house, the man gets out and says that he won't be long.
Uh-oh.
I won't be long. I'm just going to go and disown my daughter.
Let's give some
And
soup. I decided to go.
I wish to sneak inside the carriage and see what there is inside there.
Oh, that's the reason why I let him.
Go ahead.
okay, you the man steps out in a fine suit, white with a silver moon embroidered on the breast pocket. And he walks up to the front door of the house.
He's just gonna walk in.
Who is it?
It's your father, bitch.
Get off my hand!
And the footman opens the door.
Hold on, John, I'm sending you something.
The armed man takes the coat.
At this point, has Briar come back yet?
Yeah.
Okay. No, Mom said never eat foreign food.
Bork, bork, bork.
You guys
Sorry,
need to be just a little quiet because you're really loud and it's starting to hurt my head.
I'm so sorry.
It's really loud. Someone keeps screaming into their mic.
I'm sat away from my mic.
No, it's not that. It's like someone keeps doing the Swedish chef thing, and they're doing it so loudly into their mic, it's literally hurting my head.
Looks, daggers, and Sean.
Sean.
That mad at me.
I have to have the headphones on so that my mom can sleep.
Okay.
I don't have the option of taking my headphones off, so
I get you.
sorry, I don't want to be a bitch. It's just getting to be a bit much.
God,
All right.
Sean, look what you've done.
Fuck you, Sean.
No, I'm not trying to say that.
Awkward.
The Swedish chef shall live on in our hearts. I'm scared now. I'm scared that somebody's gonna start it again.
I'm just painting.
Briar and
Yes?
Fenthwick.
Uh,
At the end of your bath, separate baths.
I'm so glad you clarified.
You hear at the front door.
What's that?
It's the door.
Can we go see after we change?
Peek through the stairs, the banister at the top of the stairs.
And everybody, all of the attendants, are running around nervously.
Yeah, Briar will peek on the banister then.
I'm totally doing the same.
Oh, hi there.
Hi.
Ah, sugar.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, honey, honey.
About
40 minutes
half an
later.
hour
10 years later.
passes, and you can hear very raised voices.
Is it angry?
Yes.
You know what? I wish I came back now.
Didn't, so there.
Yeah, but Kane doesn't like when another nobleman stands her up. So she's like,
Just a little pointless detail. Briar wears like this black ribbon thing around her arm. I just imagine she's tied her hair up with it at this point.
Attendants would have made sure that if Briar or anyone else had said that they wanted to keep a specific thing with them, they would have left that with the pile of clothes on the bed.
Well, shush.
Like if Briar had said, leave that ribbon with me, then
Yeah.
they would have had it folded with the new clothes.
Well, pretend she still has it.
She still has it.
By the way,
put it back.
Okay. She just
Oh,
wants to try. She hasn't washed her hair in like 10 million years.
so are we able to hear anything of what's being said in these raised voices? Or are we...
It's one raised voice, male.
I want to hear some family drama.
You can hear something about the ridiculousness of being a unicorn.
Right.
He's not angry at the money being spent. He's not angry.
He's just disappointed.
He's not angry about what she's doing necessarily, but she should be following a more respectable path. Clearly being an adventurer is beneath her. She should be...
I have a feeling he's not gonna like us.
Probably not.
She should be preparing to following the family's business. And about half an hour after he goes in there, you just hear a very loud...
Did he just...
Someone hit someone, I don't know who hit who.
And then he stalks out of the room.
Do we see him stalk out of the room?
If you're looking down the stairs into the entrance hallway, yes, you'll see him stalking out of the room.
Is he rubbing his cheek, or is...
He is not rubbing his cheek.
Oh, no.
Mm.
Calm down. Don't turn into a bear.
I refrain.
Oh, he's protective. That's cute.
And
I returned.
and he stalks out of the house.
I missed everything. Well,
Right, I know it's not sensible, but if it was sensible, I'd be screaming at him for being a bastard right now.
One missed a bit.
Meanwhile, what's happening with what's Talon doing inside the carriage?
Meanwhile, Talon,
So inside the carriage, because I don't know anything about
you have
this,
no
but
idea what happened in the house. What you do know,
If there's anything that can be done, that the universe coincidentally meets out justice for that, I'll be happy to do that.
I missed a lot.
John missed a bit. Actually, an important part. So shush. Basically, what happens is after he walks out, he's gonna see them.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He's
get to
notice
that.
them sort of looking.
I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry. Talon, you creep into the well-decorated carriage, and
That's the word.
that's the word I was looking for.
That's the word.
And the seats are all neatly upholstered in the finest velvets. What are you looking for in particular?
I just want to know what's there. What there is there.
This is clearly a method of comfortably transporting 1 to 2 people.
Okay. Is there anything inside it that just
Sorry, is there anything inside it?
Wouldn't have.
is there anything inside it of interest?
You just want to steal some, that's all.
I just want to steal something or do something.
Okay.
Imagine so, since it's just for literally short trips, like into town
What-
or to the little house.
What is it your father does, Lunar?
He is the idle rich. He's a landowner, basically. He just owns all of the land and takes rent from everyone. All of the businesses give him money. All of the people who own homes give him money. Necessarily do anything.
So he's a baron.
So no, there isn't anything in the carriage of that stands out. It's clearly designed for easily transporting,
Just moving from
from A to B. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's just shiny.
it might have some space for luggage, but at the moment it was clearly just a quick jaunt across town to get from presumably the big house to the smaller house.
Well, Talon doesn't like the idea of these idle rich people being able to drive around anywhere they want. So
Just steal the
not seeing anything, not seeing anything worth stealing inside the carriage. He's going to go out and unscrew the wheels a bit.
Knew it.
I'm pretty sure with 3 attendants, even with high stealth, he's gonna get noticed.
Shall we roll for it?
Unscrew one wheel.
Can you make me a thieves tools check?
Thieves tools check. Attribute is Dex.
Yes.
Submit. Please be decent. 26.
You slip back into the hiding place under the carriage, and you just start going to work on one of the back wheels, and you just loosen it enough that it doesn't directly fall off straight away.
But it will do
But
after some distance.
It will at least slow the thing down and cause some embarrassment to the footman.
Okay, I'm satisfied with that.
And then you see Ken come back.
I am satisfied with my shenanigans.
Back in the foyer
So
of the house. Mr. Silverymoon looks up the stairs and sees two little faces next to each other, looking down at him.
Briar sheepishly waves.
I can only assume that you are the friends, yes?
Uh,
I guess.
We are her friends, yes.
I'm sorry you had to see this.
I fly back.
I mean, we didn't really see anything. We just heard stuff.
We heard some commotion, so we came to investigate.
She should know better than this.
What? She should do what she likes. She's a person.
And she is doing what she likes, and that's part of the problem.
You make me kind of thankful I don't have parents.
Your lifestyle is just not appropriate for someone of her stature.
In all due respect, sir, everyone has their path to walk. Your daughter has decided that this is hers. Despite your opinion on the matter, she has decided this.
And yet she continues to decide to spend my money that is earned through the family's business. It will dry up if she leaves. If she doesn't take over the business, there will be no more money from it.
Then that is part of her path. Eventually she will have to deal with no money. But that is what she has to decide. If she decides to eventually, after adventuring for a while, to come back and continue with you with the family business, then that is what she.
Lunar steps out at this point. She has a very significant red mark on her cheek, but she still walks with dignity. And then she looks to her friends and smiles. My path is to avoid being turned into a breeding machine for our family name. May I have guests ready for dinner? I'll see you again, Father. Please have a good evening.
Can I come back now?
Yes, you can return now.
What does Caitlin? Yeah, Caitlin comes back. She realizes that she's just being an immature person, so she's like, "I'm gonna come back." Now.
At this moment, the door is kicked in by Kaylin arriving.
Yeah,
I was just going to wait for the
Kaylin kicks the door open, and then you probably see that Lunar's dad probably got smacked by it. She's just like, "Hey, guys, I'm back." Smack. Can that happen, please? Can that work?
Yeah.
Please
okay.
let me do that.
No, the hallway's gonna be way too big.
It's maybe the door's really big.
I'm assuming he's not stood like next to the door. He's literally come out of a room and he's like in the middle of the hallway almost.
Yeah.
That's what in my mind.
The entrance hall, looking up at them at the top of the stairs. I mean, you've got to remember this is a big manor house. Yeah. There's a lot of space. It's not just like a little
tiny pokey place.
The thing is, though, it takes a while for Kaylin to get over there and a while for Kaylin to come back. So basically, by the time he gets to the door, Kaylin's already there and kicks the door open, and then boom. So
assault her father and ruin this nice emotional moment.
That's what we do best.
What strength? What roll should I need to take except for strength? Because I just remembered that.
What are you trying to do? Kick the door down?
Yeah, just kick the door open, not
that
down.
That would be a strength check.
Just like open it. Hang on, let me do it again. No.
You managed to break your foot.
The door.
How about I just opened it and then I just opened it abruptly. Then I managed to smack him. Can I please smack the man?
You hit the man with the door, but it really doesn't do anything.
Taps him on the back.
He looks at you with daggers in his eyes and walks back to his carriage.
I look at him like I'm going to kill him with my dragon. Or whatever.
I'm not sure why she's mad at him, because she has no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
What's
Thing is, though, that I can tell you something that's right. Caelan's family were workers naturally, and they're nobles as well, but they do it throughout a whole work. Well, from what I've heard, this one seemed like it's sent from nothing.
Yeah,
so
but you haven't.
Looking at him, it's like my family earned what
You
it
haven't
is.
heard
I had to
any
do
of
what I
this,
have to do, kind of
Caelan.
thing.
Yeah, but you can assume.
Oh, you can assume as much as you like.
The thing is, though, she thinks the same thing as but she doesn't know that. She expects that Lunar's basically like, oh, Daddy, I want this. Oh, Daddy, I want that. So basically, he's looking at her. Like she's like looking at him like, you're no different. So
You're my dad. You're my dad.
He stalks out to his carriage and gets in.
Talon drops away.
There's a horrible creak from one of the back wheels.
And it pulls away, Talon laying on the ground underneath it, revealed as it pulls away.
I go to the door and I flip off the carriage as it goes away.
And then you see me on the ground as I just get up. And,
I see.
Hi guys, what did I miss?
I then look to the side and see Talon laying on the floor. It's like, fuck.
Jesus.
I turn inside.
Briar's a bit hurt by the lifestyle comment, so she's a bit sulky.
I apologize for my father. He frowns on anything that's for our rank.
Meh, he's a dick.
Can we cancel the Let's Find Our Parents book now? I don't like it anymore.
I didn't mean for any of that to happen. I actually kind of hoped he might wait till tomorrow morning. It really was quite amusing. I can't believe you hit him with the door.
oh, so like that was your dad?
Oh, did she hit?
I smacked the door on him. No.
You're gonna love what's gonna happen next.
And
What's gonna happen
about next? A couple of minutes later, you hear this commotion. And you look down. You can look down the street, and just about as far away as you can see, the carriage is tilting backwards as the back wheel has rolled further on, no longer connected to the axle. And the driver that was on the front of the carriage has been flung and is now lying in the mud.
I scream out as loud as I can. You probably won't reach him, but I'll just scream out, "Let's come, bitch!"
Lunar's gonna quickly close the door just so that notice any of it, just in case, and then turn to the others. Are you ready to eat now?
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, Kane's done nothing. She's still the same. She's like still the same thing. She's not had a
Hey,
bath.
Caelan, maybe some food will make you feel better.
And
I think
Ensure that we've prepared all sorts of delicacies that would suit any palate. If there's a particular thing that you like that isn't on the table, let me know and I'll arrange it to be brought.
It's okay, I just like anything at this point.
Please come in and eat your fill.
As far as I'm concerned, I still don't have bed.
wander inside.
Yay.
Them to
the dining table
Dining
is
room.
filled with every manner of roast animal. Every vegetable
my.
that could be found is prepared, steamed, boiled. fricasseed, however you can prepare it. And you eat your fill.
Urge to go full modern
You are
rising.
You are all subject to Briar's horrible table manners of not using cutlery.
It's absolutely fine. Eat anything you like, eat all that you like. There is drink. If there's a specific drink that you like that you don't see, please just inform one of my staff and they'll arrange it.
Thank you, Unicorn Lady!
Once you've had everything you like of the main course, let me know and I'll have them bring through the dessert cart.
What's dessert?
It's
It's
all
like-
the sweets.
It's like more food after food.
It's like dinner, only more of it.
Briar's just grinning from ear to ear.
Really am sorry about that display.
No, Maddie, I'm not going to let my modern freak flag fly.
I don't even know what's happened.
Ben looks a
As
good
long as
boy.
then.
Please,
Wait, what happened here then?
he has never approved of me.
He's a dick.
My father's a dick.
Yes, but he's just set in his ways, and none of them have ever fully understood. What I've known from my very birth is what I am.
That you're a big unicorn?
Yes, I know it may sound like insanity, and I know many think that I am just touched in the head because of my wealth, but true.
Well,
And
the
it's
thing is, take it from me as a sorcerer myself. I am a draconic one, you see. So in the long lines here, I am the long descendants of dragon, the bronze one, in fact. So, as a draconic sorcerer, there's no doubt that you will have a line of being a unicorn. Just saying, there is a possibility that you are that unicorn. And that's all she says, and she just casually just food, slowly eats the food. And she's just she kind of feels stupid in a way of speaking. Like she's let her jealousy and such get hold of her. She realizes that she's been too selfish. She's realizing I'm supposed to help my friends here and not make everyone else feel worse because of my emotions.
Mother, no!
I am grateful for your words. Please, if you like, when the tailor comes tomorrow, request any clothing that you feel you'll need.
Oh, I can't wait to
Concerned.
draw this. I'm gonna draw something like this soon.
Concerned we can spend every gold coin that he owns. His value in money. And so if he's going to have only value in that, and he's going to have a lot of it, let us spend it. He lives.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Basically, she's not spending his money because she's spoiled. She's spending his money out of spite.
Nice.
And so that's before we wrap up for this evening, let's rapidly go through this. The following day, the tailor's shops send 2 or 3 attendants round, and they measure you for any clothes that you desire. And within the time it takes to resize the ring of protection, they can deliver any of these clothes to you. You have about 3 days to spend in Silvermoon before the ring has been resized and enchanted correctly. Is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Learn to write and read.
I will be going through some of Seagrog Run with Briar.
What's in it precisely?
It's like it's a children's book to help reading.
Well, read
So
it.
it's
Go
a-
on, read it to me then.
It's a children's book about a large Goliath barbarian. See Grog run. Run, Grog, run. Grog run fast. Grog wants to rage.
etc., etc.
etc., etc. But it is that real simple sort of book of, repeats the same sort of words over and over again so that you get the chance to pick them out and recognize what the words look like.
See, I'm getting there.
And
Lunar would make sure that Fenthwick and Briar had access to an extensive library that belongs to the small house.
Oh, bless
so that
her!
learn some more, and Fenthwick has access to any books that he'd like. Ellen, she's made it clear that if he does pinch anything, that's fine. Just hide it. Just take what he wants so that she can arrange for it to be replaced when he's done.
Just leave a ledger of what you've nicked.
Pretty much. Just leave a note saying I've taken this, and this, and then at least people know what needs to be replaced. And she's basically just told Kaylin to do as she likes because she knows that Kaylin her, so she's not going to get in Kaylin's way. She's just like, do as you need, and if you require anything, just inform the staff.
Okay. I just saw something. Oh my god, I want this.
What?
A blue dragon mask.
Oh.
I'm looking on the D&D magic item. I want to get like a magical item, and I'm like, hang on, so many here, and there's like, looking through, it's like blue dragon mask. What?
nope,
If Kaylin, what?
you can't get that.
I'm not allowed to have it. No, it's in Rise. It's in the Rise of Tiamat.
Ah, okay.
So it's Hall of the Dragon Queen. Is there any cool masks I can get?
Nope.
You're really not being nice to me there.
You're a butt.
Is there anything dragon related that is in this particular game that Lunar could get for Kaylin?
Nothing that Kaylin would like.
Oh no.
Hey, unless you want to say something, then.
While we're
Wait a second. Oh, okay.
While we're in this little bit down, I and in Silverymoon as well, I would like to try and find a bag of holding.
I want the mount. I want the Cape of Mountebank, please. I have the Cape of Mountebank.
Can I have this thing, please?
The cape smells faintly of brimstone. While wearing it, you can use to cast a dimension sword as an action. This property of a cape can't be used again until the next dawn. When you disappear, you leave a cloud of smoke and you appear in a similar smoke at your destination. The smoke slightly obscures the space you left and the space you appear in, and dissipates at the end of your turn. A light or stronger wind disperses smoke. Oh.
Yes.
Whether Lunar can actually get that for her.
No, I like to see what else is there. I'm looking for like interesting ideas. Yes.
Lunar can get a bag of holding. Lunar can get a bag of holding for you.
Then I want a bag of holding.
Please.
Pretty pleased with the cherry on top.
And the thing is they don't necessarily ask her for it. They'll just sort of mention it, and then.
So while I'm in Silverymoon, I really should try and get a bag of holding.
And all of a sudden, one just sort of.
and then, like Christmas morning, there's one on the foot of the bed. So...
That's how she is. She's absolutely terrified that they're going to decide that they really don't want her around like the rest of her family. She's giving them everything she wants in a desperate bid to make them want her.
Oh, I love her.
She's that kind of person.
Human emotions. So as far as she's concerned, if she buys you nice things, you'll like her.
Briar is just content with having her in the team.
As Fenthwick doesn't have to find this book anymore. Not this book, this bag anymore. He now has a bag of holding.
Yes.
Hurrah!
Hooray.
He will look and research into magics that can transform a person permanently.
What?
Okay.
Hmm.
You start researching this.
That
There's-
concerns me.
There's a certain person who's made mention that she wishes to be something else, who has just provided him a bag of holding, and therefore he feels the need to look into that for.
I will be right back.
I'm gonna decide to go into town and check out the market.
They get shit faced.
Hey, ignore what I haven't.
And what would you like to look for in the market?
Anything magical items, really. Anything that she can use, like scrolls. Do scrolls tend to have like magical kind, like when you see in Skyrim? Or am I just
what?
Magical scrolls you get in Skyrim.
You do manage to get. You can get magic scrolls in D&D.
I like to.
They're like single-use spells.
Yeah.
Unless you're a wizard, then you can actually try and learn them. But
probably just look around, finding any kind of clothing or such like that. Anything that I'll just want John to say something, pick out, and then I'll say, yeah, I want that.
Bear with me while I find things you can have.
Let me quickly find every magic item available to you.
I love how Bryce just sat there, just like she's content with the friends she made along the way.
What the hell? I can't get that. That's from 2 Enough Annihilation. Hang on a second.
Actually, does Brian need anything? Give me a second.
You can get Ghost Lantern and Tomb of Annihilation, Sean.
There are plenty of snazzy things in Annihilation.
Ghost of Thievery. Lots of Thievery. Don't just Master's Guide though.
Plenty of awesome shit that a ranger could use.
Why am I feeling that Rise of Tiamat is going to basically be like Skyrim, where you go around to each Draga pit or something, and you'll see like Dragon Priest mask all the time. And you gain
Not quite.
Not quite.
Stay tuned to the adventures of Nominis Kriv coming soon.
Nemesis
Kriv.
Nom nom nom.
Nommy nom nom.
Sorry, nom nom Kriv.
Yeah.
His cannibal cousin Nominus Kriv.
Oh, I love that guy.
I love this game so
No,
Kaelin.
I love this guy. No.
You wander the market, and eventually you stumble across the perfect magic item. A stone of good luck.
Okay.
It is a polished piece of agate. While it is on your person, you gain a +1 to ability checks and saving throws.
I need this so badly. Helpful.
I think she likes it. I guess, but I think she likes it.
Oh god, I've just realized something I could have done, but I'm not sure if it's going to take too much.
Do I have? Is it like a first thing? Like you only use it once, or is it like I can constantly use it?
No,
It's a constant use. It is. It does require attunement.
I do have some attunement. Is it? Oh yeah, I need to attunement.
You can attune to 3 spells at a time.
3 magic.
Yeah. What do I have attuned at the moment? At the moment, I've got the only thing I attune right now is my dragon bat. What is that? I got.
You've got the elemental gem.
I got, but that's gone though. That's done and dusted. I used it, so I don't know why it's supposed to be there.
No, didn't you get that like fire gem back in the?
I still have that. Yeah, I still have the fire gem, but I was like, oh my, it's like kind of a. It's on my neck.
Yeah, you had to attune to that.
I attuned to that, and I attuned to the dragon thing. The dragon. What is it, John?
I don't know.
The dragon. That's not even called a dragon summon. It's basically the bat thing that we got in the. Me and Yakol wanting to fight over it.
It was a great club.
It's a great club. Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the giant artifacts.
Yeah, the giant artifact. So I'm attuned to that one though.
You can attune to 3.
I'm attuned to 3.
Cool.
So far I've got the gem that Chuba gave me, the great club, and the good luck charm. Good luck thingy.
That's the whatchamacallit, the whoochamaflip.
The good luck gem.
I'm going through every single magic item that to make sure there's nothing else that is required that would be helpful at the very least. I don't have many. Generations. This one.
It's got giant rabbits from.
Look, I'm rubbing my butt all over your stuff. We're gonna have to start cutting. We're gonna have to start calling this the Buttmobile.
Buttmobile. No.
No.
I've been watching the Lego Batman movie.
I had to watch that on a plane ride back from America. It was actually no, I didn't realize you could change the sound channel, so I had to watch the whole thing in French, not realizing I could change it to English.
Pardon, Lego.
J'y suis Buttmobile.
Oh my god, what is John doing to my stuff?
He's putting shit on your stuff.
So basically, that elemental gem, right? I thought that one use, right, and then the whole gem is destroyed though, unless you're talking about the fiery one that Chuba gave me.
I think we're talking about the fiery one.
Okay.
Alright.
Hang on, let's check it quickly.
You know, the fiery one, the boom boom and the swoosh whoosh.
Yeah, it's the gem summon, elemental blue, sapphire, yellow. It's the yellows, and I had the yellow one. Some the Earth elemental one. That's what it is. I've got there.
Oh well, then that is gone.
That is literally gone. It's been there ever since, and I don't know how to fix it.
So it's simple. Delete it.
Okay. Delete.
Delete.
Okay, following 4 days of rest in Silverymoon,
is that 4 hit points?
That is
off?
4 hit points off of your maximum, please, Briar.
She's down to, I think she's down 10 points from where she started with.
Oh boy.
You gain a ring of protection.
Yay!
And normally, the ring of protection works similarly to the cloak of protection that Luz was given, in that it would give you a +1 to your AC and a +1 to your saving throws. But all of the magic of the ring at the moment is channeling into holding back the death curse.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't do anything else, but it does stop you from losing a hit point every day.
Yay!
Woo! Briar's gonna live forever!
You just sabotaged my entire plan to ruin the team, you dick.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to work permanently,
Mm-hmm.
but for now
We've bought time. That's
you
all
have
we
bought
need.
some time for Briar.
That's what we wanted. That's what we needed to do.
All we need to do is keep buying rings of protection until the rest of us in the Feywild come back 10 years from now.
That's perfect.
Briar, you also managed to find the string that you wanted.
Thank you. You now see that around her neck, she's wearing a dark stone with a string that looks like obsidian.
Okay.
Was ist das? Right.
What's that?
Sorry, some Zemnian got in there, I think.
No.
Out.
I'm unsure whether Fenwick should inquire, but
I mean, if you want to, I don't mind.
What's that? There we go.
Okay, since Lunar's gonna be with her as she's being sized for clothes, she sees it and asks, "What is that necklace you're wearing?"
Oh, this. Well, the shard. Long story. Basically, every time I hold it, I just see these two people. Well, their faces aren't very clear, but I just something sparks about two people, a man and a woman, and I think they were my parents. I can't remember where I got this from, but I think they had it. And don't tell him, but I was just scared that Talon would steal it, so I thought I'd keep it safer.
Aw.
I understand, dear.
She hides it in her new clothes.
Maybe you could see if Kaylin could cast a spell on it. She's quite good at that sort of thing.
Are you trying to...
Like she was detecting the magic.
I could. Well, that's a good plan.
Really, that's not my particular skill, so I can't do anything for you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You've done enough for us.
Can.
Hello.
She gives her a hug. She likes her.
Oh.
And so with...
I just want to know.
She sort of stands rigidly at first and then slowly relaxes and hugs her back. What do I do? What's she doing?
what are you doing to me?
And so with new adventuring clothes and shoes...
Yay!
Oh my god, they're so comfy!
And certain new magic items acquired, you travel back to the airship. Where is next on your tour of Faerun?
I don't want to leave.
Next on our little list, or the nearest one, I believe, is it's kind of like to the east, southeast of us is Stone Stand.
Is there going
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean-
fighty times?
There may or may not be fighty times.
Because I have some new things because I have a new thing I want to try out.
I have a new thing to insert into people.
And as the airship takes off and flies towards Stone Stand, we'll end this session because we're...
That's scary.
Because we really need more copyright
Sorry.
strikes. We'll end this session because we're running a bit late because we can.
An hour late. And a half.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
If you're in the chat and you haven't done so already, please hit that follow button. It's a really great way for you to help support us. It lets you guys know when we're going live. We are here every weekend. We do D&D on a Sunday night. We've got Tomb of Annihilation going every other week, as well as obviously more adventures with the Storm King's Thunder Crew. And then we play other games, video games, throughout the week. Coming up.
And occasionally we do Jackbox party packs where people who watch can play with us.
When's this?
Sometime.
Don't think
Yes.
we have one scheduled, but we do it.
I missed that.
Coming up this week in games, Wednesday, I'm probably going to be continuing the current run I've been doing of Minecraft playing. Where I
if we figure out what the server issue
I
is.
think the current plan is to work on a Cobbleworks, and possibly, if we can work out why she can't get in, Jennifer will be joining us. Thursday, I'm not sure about. Friday, Jeff and I are going to be playing Arkham Horror, where
after the events of the train ride, we've now finally reached Dunwich, and we find to see what's going on there.
after the sky ate
I'm
us.
sure it'll be fine.
After the sky ate us, we've now made it to Dunwich, and everything's looking fine, except we've lost the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. We lost the Necronomicon, and we've lost our the two professors we've saved. We managed to lose
So
them as
largely,
well.
all of the progress we'd made getting to the train, we've lost. So that went well.
I'm sure everything will just turn up roses in Dunwich. I mean, what could possibly go wrong in Dunwich? It's not like it's based on the story Dunwich Horror or anything.
No, it's not like that at all.
I'm sure it's completely coincidental. It's completely coincidental.
Craft. Can anybody else tell me that they've seen the trailer for Sinking City yet?
Yes, it looks so good.
Yes,
It looks amazing, and it's another. So we've got that, and there's another Lovecraft game coming out.
Call of Cthulhu coming out at the end of October.
So
I'm so jonesing. Like, I don't generally like horror, but something about the Lovecraftian stuff is just so
I think
fascinating.
it's because it's more like aliens more than anything else. It's not like normal horror. It's just like it's not like creeping horror. It's just like here's a horrible thing, and it's just horrible because it's so alien.
Unfortunately, in Cursor, yes, you have joined the stream at the end. Next Sunday, we will be back in the Feywild, where
everyone's literally just
the Tomb of Annihilation crew are really panicking about the fact they're stuck in the Feywild. Also, in about 3 weeks' time, on the 21st, on the 21st, if I get there, on the 21st of September, which is a Friday night, we will be having a special D&D session, a one-off, Assault on Skyreach Castle, where we will be following Nemesis Kriv as he continues to infiltrate the Cult of the Dragon, and other special guest D&D players will be joining in with that. Yes.
That sounds cool.
So stay tuned to see who that is. And then we'll be back here in 2 weeks' time, which is the 16th. So the week before that, the 16th, we'll be back.
And Sammy's just got a message, so tune in for Kriv's death.
So you're gonna upset Amy there. You're gonna upset Queen. Great.
I am upset in silence.
The 16th, we'll be back for more Storm King's Thunder, which is going to be the guys get to Stone Stand, probably. And maybe fight something,
Maybe.
or don't. I don't know. For now, guys.
It's just a shame we don't have a bard to seduce all of our opponents for us.
Yes, Seraphine.
For now, guys, farewell.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.